Welcome to What's Happening. My name is Kate McMahon, and today we are joined by some folks from the Andrea Holden Foundation. Keisha McCaffrey, who is president, and Annie Gibbons, who is vice president and co-founder of the foundation. Keisha, can you start out and tell us a little bit about your sister, Andrea?
Absolutely. Andrea was the youngest of 4 girls. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, she was the favorite, and she was absolutely beautiful, very sweet, happy child. I just remember her and my other sisters playing Barbies and just the giggling, and she's just a wonderful little girl. When she was 7, on November 27th, 1990, she was sent home from first grade from Ezra Baker with flu symptoms and fell very ill. It was overnight. She passed in her sleep. We thought she had the flu. She had Waldeyer hernia, which would not have been found unless they did probably a CT scan these days. I'm not sure what the percentages are now, but I remember it being 2% of children being able to have this hernia happen to them. So, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what this race means to your family?
The community coming together every Saturday after Thanksgiving to celebrate her life means the world to us. I'm so glad that I got involved in helping it keep going. It's just amazing to remember her and to have her memory help so many children is just wonderful.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, after 18 years,
yes.
It's a long running race as well.
Yeah, yes.
So Annie, you were a co-founder of the race. Can you tell us a little bit about how it was founded?
Yes, so in 1998, I decided to start a running clinic with Joe Weinberger, both being part of the Cape Cod Athletic Club. And so our very first race, our very first clinic, we ended with a race. And Keisha's mom, Betsy, was in that clinic, as was Pastor Tom from our church. And I started hearing about Andrea and her passing. I wasn't living here at the time when all of that happened. And so there was just this theme that we kept thinking, we need to have a race in her name and to help her mom through her grief and all of that. And so with any race, it's like a business. It's location, location, location. You have to have a good time to have the race. We ended that particular clinic with the Chatham Turkey Trot, and which was the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And 2 years after that race, we still kept doing our clinics. They decided in Chatham not to have their race anymore. Mm-hmm. And we found that out and we went, oh, perfect, and decided at that point in the year 2000 to have the race. So Pastor Tom Nelson, Joe Weinberger, myself, Rosie Austin at the time, and Cheryl Eldridge. The 5 of us put it together, and we've been off and running ever since. And in order to really have this whole thing gel was to have our mission be the health and wellness of children on Cape Cod. So it was just off to the races, so to speak.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now I know that the organization has benefited children on the Cape. Can you share a little bit about what organizations?
You know, when we first started, our focus was going to be scholarships at DY, because we were in that region, and so we started with scholarships given to some track participants that weren't necessarily first, but most improved. And we started with just small ones for a boy and a girl, and then that's expanded to for $1,000 each. So that's where we started, but then we started identifying the other programs on the Cape that we could benefit, some of them being Children's Cove, Challenger Club, Calmer Choice. There are so many of them. You should go and look on our website. But it's just constantly identifying how we can benefit children. Also in the first year, we bought pediatric equipment for rescue because there wasn't equipment for pediatrics in particular. and because of, you know, there was a lot of people on the call for Andrea when she passed, it was kind of a way of going full circle to help the emergency, and it was a lot of closure for them too, to be able to see that, you know, they could help in another way that they couldn't on that day.
That's great. Take
Yeah.
action. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And benefited a ton of great children's organizations here on the Cape.
Yes.
A lot of good work being done in
It's amazing what we've contributed to Cape Cod. It's just, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And 18 years.
Yes.
That's great.
18
Now the
years.
timing is the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Probably great timing after people have eaten all their food for the previous 2 days.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that come back for Thanksgiving, and so it's a lot of families, like there might be kids off at college or whatever, and their families have come together, and they've really made it. A lot of people come back specifically because they want to do it as a family. One of my favorite stories is this person came up to me and a few years ago, and he said, I just have to let you know what this race has meant to myself and my family. He said, I've done every one of them. We first started at Corporation Beach. We're now at the Dennis Inn on Scarsdale in Dennis. But when we first started, he said, I ran the first one with my girlfriend. And now I run it with that woman who's now my wife and our children. So I get emotional when I think of that, because it's just all these things that we don't know, you know, that we're affecting, and it just, it means a lot. And to see the community come out, and then the actual day, you know, we get so excited. It's like Christmas for us, and we see all these familiar faces that come back every year with their families that are a little bit bigger, and then Ken Foster from Breakaway, who's been an amazing sponsor. Just, he's there for our meetings. He brings his big grill truck, and Eastern Propane, they have their people that help him grill, and then DPM sends the meat, and the Dennis Inn makes chili, and it's just.
Sounds like a party.
It is a party. It is a party, and it's just always just, it's more than a race. It's become a brand, and you know, when people say, we're going to do the Andrea Holden. Well, Andrea Holden's a little girl, and people are remembering her always. So it's very cool.
Yeah.
There are some things that we really want people to know about race day as far as the logistics. The parking is always at the Cape Cod Playhouse, and then we have a little trail that you walk through the woods to the actual race course, and where you pick up your numbers, and then numbers are also at the Friday night before. You can pick up numbers and register at Marathon Sports
On Station Ave.
Station Ave in Yarmouth.
Yes.
So they're a great partner also, and that eliminates a lot of the congestion the day of. We have never raised our rates as far as the race day. We're still $18. I mean, that was the original one. And we really encourage people to go online to register, because we get $1 kickback for every registration.
And it saves you and your family money.
It does. It does.
It's racewire.com.
Or even better than that is go to andreaholden.org, and then you just punch the online, and it brings you right there instead of searching. And then children 12 and under are free. We do know they get a number, but they don't have to pay for it.
And they'll get a medal.
They'll get a medal.
Another way to involve the family.
The shirts are always, we pay separately for the shirts. They're $15. And every year we have a turkey drawing contest from the first grade in Ezra Baker. So every year a t-shirt has a different turkey. We just picked the turkey this week.
Yeah, we have the
so
best time.
cute, so cute. This year we're having white shirts with navy ink. And so we have a new turkey that's going to be featured. There's music. It's just, it's wonderful. But we can't stress enough to go to andreaholden.org, go online, register, and you can pick up your numbers, at Marathon Sports or the day of. The day of cost is $25. That includes Friday night as day of, because the online is shut down. And then another feature this year that's new is we're challenging every high school to bring the largest track team. And there will be a giant trophy for whoever brings the most track kids. So we're trying to get that word out. That's new this year. Hopefully we'll have a lot of track teams competing against each other.
Let's go, DY.
Yeah.
What I love so much is it's full circle. It's all about the kids, especially with this new feature that you're adding. You know what I think we failed to mention, and that's the length of the race.
Go ahead.
The race is a 5K. It goes along the north side beaches of Dennis. It's a beautiful walk. It's not only a race, it is a walk, it is a bike ride, it is bring your dog and just enjoy the day.
All inclusive.
All inclusive, it is.
And 3.1 miles.
It's
right, nice little walk
Yeah.
on a Saturday. That's great. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add today?
I don't know. Have we covered everything?
Oh, we've covered a lot.
Yeah, I think we have.
Well, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.